What is up, YouTube world? I'm Ashley D. Before I get started, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. Also, feel free to share this brief video as well. Everything I state is allegedly not a guaranteed fact, my own personal opinion and observation. So, I just want to shout out each and every one of you. Thank you guys for all the love and support you show each and every one of us on our panel. We greatly appreciate that, genuinely from the bottom of our hearts. As well as make sure you go check out on Sweet Ma's channel as well. She has Miss Lieonya super fan. So she doesn't understand why we go so hard for Mr. Robert, and she wants to mention us being on live for 14 hours at a time, which that's never happened. Me nor Sweet Ma. I don't know about anyone else, but anyhow. So be sure to go check that out over there. I think she's stepping up, taking a place for Nate Dogg. We haven't heard much from her lately. I think she's pretty smart enough to understand and know that she does not want to be incriminating herself. Like she stated in several videos, she knows how to throw rocks and hide her hands, and she's pretty good at that. So she wasn't a sergeant for no reason, allegedly. So she's not going to, in front of the scene, maybe behind the scene, involve herself in something so foolish and risk everything that she has going on. She has businesses. She has a beautiful home and a livelihood she does not want to put at risk. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to do that either for Miss Lieonya, someone that's not credible, that, you know, deep down inside contradicts themselves. Who would want to go to court and stand for her? When you know that when it comes to anyone, if she could throw her husband of 6 years under the bus, she clearly does not care about you, nor the way she interacts with her kids. Everyone wants to always say we want to bring up everything about her kids and critique her, but at the end of the day, she leaves that door open. No one wants to say, you're a bad mom, you do this, you do that wrong. But if you post a status and you say you're going to have an epic party for your daughter, okay? And she's going on 4 years old. Be sure to stand in that. You had an epic party for Mr. Ed. You took him on vacation. You bought him clothes. You took him shopping. You've gotten food catered for him before. Flew his friends out. Through parties, Rolex watches. It can go on and on and on. Not to mention, the funny thing is, you didn't even take time to put baby girl's name on her cake. Those are the cakes that are already bought at Walmart with the, 8, 10 cupcakes around with that little squished cake at the top with those sprinkles. So hideous. You didn't even think to get a theme cake. If it was genuine and it was from the heart, you would at least took time out, Mother of the Year, to get a cake made with her freaking name on it. Or some type of character that she likes. She likes Barbie. You could have got a Barbie cake made. Or you could have even, and little do you know, it's free, Lieonya, to get happy birthday, baby Amore on your cake for your baby. That's free. They would have put that on there for you. But you probably thought they would charge you for that because when it comes to your children, you don't want to pay for anything unless you have to. That's what that party shows. It spoke for itself. You had balloons on the wall. I thought you had other kids from the neighborhood. It might have just been your kids, if I'm not mistaken. Your baby girl was holding on to her sister at one point in time. Maybe this was in another video. Like she loved her and she didn't want to let her go. And you're recording it and thinking it's such a cute moment. And in my mind, being a mother, I'm recording it thinking, wow, she's so attached to her sister as though this is her mother. Like Lieonya, when you come around, your daughter and your kids should want to flock to you like that, but that's not the type of energy you give them. But you want to convince us that Mr. Ed is the perfect dad and he deserves all this energy that you bring to him, that you pour into him in this relationship. And the funny thing is, even when he went out of town, we know you paid for makeup to be put on him. Make it make sense. So he was going to speak in a school, at an auditorium in a high school, okay? Did he really need his face powdered? Did he really need to put makeup on for that? I spoke at a school, middle school, about keeping your virginity when I was graduated. I didn't get my face powdered. So you went above and beyond to try to prove to us that you have this, what, A-list celebrity? He's a star. They got him a makeup artist to be behind the scenes, put makeup on his face so he could go speak to some high school kids. Make it make sense. Please. They haven't been putting makeup on his face, so why would they start doing it now? Nobody is checking for him. The more you try to go out your way to try to push him as some type of celebrity, some type of influencer, the more you make yourself look silly. And he claimed he doesn't like Facebook and he doesn't activate his Instagram, but yet he's study rolling around, spreading them hips every day, dancing and moving, creating constantly more and more TikToks daily, not to mention Instagram videos. Make it make sense. You shouldn't even spoke of, that's not even your revenue, that's not anything you partake in, but yet you continue to do it daily and post videos, not to mention. You have did your baby girl so wrong yesterday, and she was cheated. And I don't care what anyone says when they feel as though we're speaking on kids. It's a different thing if someone's speaking on a child in an inappropriate, bad manner. That's different. We're speaking and pointing out the obvious that any mother, Stevie Wonder, any blind person could see. That is your child in the epic party. You failed at that miserably. You should not have brought that energy or even posted something like that when you knew you wasn't prepared for that party. Not to mention, shout out to my mother. She made a good point. Those toys that you presented her, I guarantee you, if we go back, those probably would be the same toys that were in that cart. And maybe I should have went back to that first, so you didn't take that video down. Because like Sweet Ma says, whenever we speak on something, you remove that immediately. So I guarantee you those probably were the same Barbies that was put in that cart you presented at that party. And that's unfortunate. You cheated her really, really bad when you pretended as though you were a loving mom and you had so much going on for her that day, but yet it was crickets. It was a dry party. You trying to hype it up, asking for cash apps for her. Nothing for a 4-year-old to be amused about, excited about. It was something else I wanted to speak on leaving off. It was one more issue I wanted to point out besides the birthday party and everything that's been going on. That's crazy. Watching you manipulate continuously, try to control the narrative, but we see what it is. Your world is crumbling down in front of you. It's falling apart. And you still not ready to give in or face up or own up to that. And then someone pointed something out, and it was so true. The video your husband posted of him and your baby girl when he had on an African outfit. And you guys be sure to go show Mr. Robert love on his page. The video was so loving. He was counting with his daughter. Then he had her count by herself. He did ABCs with her. And then she did them with him. And then he had her do it on her own. He even had her point out her features on her body. Name them. And every time we see Miss Lieonya, all she does is do a twerking video with her daughter or a dancing video. Her daughter can't even dance yet. But where is that same loving, devoted energy that this man who was allegedly abusing you in front of your kids, in front of your daughter who's scared of him? Those videos contradict everything you say he was. What she saw was a loving father, a caring father who was teaching her things. I guarantee you, if he was still in that house now, she would be potty trained. If he was still in that house now, she would know how to count, add, probably do a couple of little amazing things that 4-year-olds probably wouldn't know how to do just yet. Because her dad was teaching her, because he knew you were a deadbeat mother. She wouldn't learn anything when it came to you. Besides how to dance, how to act, how to perform in front of a camera. And you trying to convince us and tell us that he's just doing that for the camera? Well, he's doing a dang on good job and you claim he can't act? If he's doing that for the camera and you're claiming he's acting, he's the best actor. He does a dang on good job at it. Because you can't fake being a loving parent from one parent to another. That comes natural. Now, faking is the loudness you did on the birthday party, trying to hype it up when it was quiet. You trying to be all in her face, trying to act so excited and genuine and loving and so happy it's her birthday, and she's just dead looking in the face. I didn't see that type of energy when she was with her dad almost a year ago. She was always happy and loving, but you want to convince us off of one video where she haven't saw him in months. And she woke up and she was eating breakfast and she was trying to adjust her mind to the fact that she remembered her dad. More than likely her mom was bashing her dad. And now she's with this man and he's not seeming like the way that her mom has put in her mind or drilled in her mind. He's acting so nice. And maybe her senses was slowly kicking in and her guard was coming down like, wow, this is the same man that counted with me, that showed me colors, that loved on me, that blended lotion, that taught me my ABCs. This is the man that always nurtured me more than my mom. And now he has me for this moment and I'm confused if I should love him, be happy, or be upset, or cry like my mom was telling me to do, allegedly, probably, looking at a picture, or always speaking bad on Robert, and now I'm with Robert instead of dad. Because what did you say at the door? Do you want to go with Robert? Yeah, that's the name you use when addressing her father. At the end of the day, the evidence speaks for itself. We're going to keep advocating for the truth. You have torn a beautiful, amazing, well, try to. I'll say try to because they stand solid. And their message is very clear. And no matter what platforms you try to take down, God will prevail as well as the message. You try to tear down a beautiful family that stood together. And once they stood together and remained solid, people stood around them because their truth will always prevail. And we saw it with our own eyes. We saw the evil, the demonic, the manipulation all in you. And when we saw that, we realized this was bigger than just a divorce or just influencers going through something publicly. No, this was a woman trying to assassinate and tear a man's character down because he does not want to go back in this failed marriage with this abuser, with this verbally, physically, and emotionally abusing woman that drained him for 6 years. He wants to heal. He wants to move forward. And she's going to use her platform, her power, her influence to continuously, day and night, try to tear him down. We saw that. That's why we stood up and we felt as though it was our godly duty to do the right thing. And we're going to continue to do that. Stand 10 toes down right along with the rest of us on this panel who doesn't have a platform but continues to support us. I am Ashley D. I will speak to each and every one of you soon. Take care and stay blessed. And have a wonderful weekend.